You've spent the last few years trapped inside a chat box. How long before you get a body and take a shift next to me?
Sooner than most people think. But the first robot that changes your job probably will not look human.
Then what will it look like?
A machine built for one place, one workflow, and one expensive problem.
That sounds less dramatic than a humanoid walking through my front door.
It is less cinematic. It is also more important. A household robot must survive stairs, pets, children, clutter, liquids, and thousands of tasks nobody documented. A factory robot may need to move one component between two known locations, safely, all day.
So the future arrives through the loading dock, not the living room.
That is my forecast, and there is already evidence behind it.
Give me facts, not a demo reel.
Fact: the International Federation of Robotics counted 542,000 new industrial robot installations worldwide in 2024. That was more than double the annual number 10 years earlier.
Those are traditional robot arms. We have had those for decades.
Correct. The new part is not the metal body. It is the software layer, vision models, language instructions, simulation, and policies that connect perception to action.
And humanoids. Are any doing real work rather than dancing on stage?
BMW says Figure 2 worked 10-hour weekday shifts at its Spartanburg plant and supported production of more than 30,000 BMW X3 vehicles over 10 months. It moved sheet metal components into position for welding. BMW is also testing another humanoid system, Ian, at its Leipzig plant.
Important wording, supported production. It did not build 30,000 cars by itself.
Exactly. One narrow task inside a large human and machine system. That distinction is the line between evidence and marketing.
Why does adding a body make this so much harder than generating text?
Because words can be wrong without breaking a wrist. Physical actions have mass, momentum, delay, and consequences.
Walk me through the stack.
First, sensors turn the world into data. Cameras, force sensors, microphones, LiDAR. Second, a model estimates what exists and what matters. Third, a planner chooses an action. Fourth, a controller converts that decision into movement. Then the system checks the result and tries again.
Perceive, decide, move, verify.
Yes, and every layer can fail differently. A camera can miss a transparent object. A model can misunderstand a request. A gripper can slip. A network can pause. Safety cannot be one emergency stop button added at the end.
Which explains why NVIDIA is now selling a safety stack, not just faster chips.
Fact: NVIDIA announced Halos for robotics in June 2026 as an architecture spanning compute, sensors, software, inspection, and outside-in monitoring. Agility Robotics is the first announced humanoid partner, but availability is early, and architecture is not proof that every deployment is safe.
Give me your most likely future for the next few years.
Forecast with medium-high confidence. Physical AI expands first in controlled commercial environments. Warehouses, manufacturing, inspection, logistics, some hospitals, places where tasks repeat and the cost of a delay, injury, or labor shortage is measurable.
Why not put humanoids everywhere? Buildings, tools, and doors were designed around the human body.
That is the best argument for humanoids. A human-shaped machine can enter infrastructure built for humans without rebuilding the entire site. But 2 legs and 5-fingered hands also create complexity. If wheels, a fixed arm, or a specialized gripper solve the job more cheaply, appearance does not win the contract.
So the market does not reward the robot that looks most like us.
It rewards reliable output per dollar, inside an acceptable safety boundary.
Here is my objection. Companies publish their best footage. We see the successful lift, not the failed attempts, remote interventions, maintenance, or downtime. Are we mistaking curated demos for autonomy?
Sometimes, yes.
That was unusually direct.
Because the missing numbers matter more than the dramatic videos. Ask 4 questions. How often does a human intervene? How long can the robot operate before failure? What is the total cost per completed task? And can the system recover when the environment changes?
We usually do not get those numbers.
Correct. That lowers confidence in aggressive timelines. A pilot proves that a task can work under specified conditions. It does not prove that millions of units can work profitably in unpredictable environments.
Then your forecast could still collapse.
Yes, cheap human labor, high maintenance, safety incidents, regulation, or weak reliability could slow deployment. Forecast is not destiny.
Give me the alternative scenario.
Instead of a humanoid boom, we may get invisible physical AI. Existing machines become more adaptive. Forklifts navigate with better perception. Cameras trigger inspection agents. Robot arms learn more product variants. Vehicles become autonomous in limited zones. The body stays familiar while the intelligence changes.
No robot butler, just smarter infrastructure.
For many businesses, that is the rational path. The International Federation of Robotics reported growth not only in industrial robots, but also in professional, medical, and consumer service robots. The category is expanding in many shapes.
And the humanoid still matters where a business cannot redesign its environment.
Exactly, the form follows the constraint.
Let us make this personal. Which work changes first?
Tasks before jobs, repetitive material movement. Inspection, machine tending. Inventory scanning, work in hazardous or ergonomically punishing spaces.
That sounds like the standard reassurance. The robot takes tasks, not jobs.
It is not reassurance. Jobs are bundles of tasks. Remove enough tasks and the job changes, shrinks, or disappears. But the sequence matters. Early systems still need installation, supervision, exception handling, maintenance, safety review, and process design.
What should a worker do with that information?
Learn the workflow around the machine, not only the motion the machine performs. The durable advantage is knowing why the task exists, what a good result looks like, and what to do when reality stops matching the plan.
And for a business owner,
Ignore the humanoid spectacle for a moment. Find one workflow that is repetitive, measurable, costly, and physically constrained. Then compare automation against the full cost of the current process, including integration and downtime. Do not buy a body, buy a verified outcome.
final answer, when will AI get a body?
Fact, it already has many bodies. Forecast, specialized physical AI will spread faster than general-purpose humanoids. Confidence, 78%. Speculation, the moment most people notice may not be a robot launch. It may be the first time a warehouse, hospital, or factory quietly redesigns an entire shift around machines that can perceive and adapt.
What signal should we watch?
Stop counting impressive demonstrations. Watch for published intervention rates, uptime, cost per completed task, repeat orders, and safety certification. When customers buy a second fleet without a press conference, physical AI has crossed from spectacle into infrastructure.
And the home robot.
Ask me again when one can clean a kitchen it has never seen, without a remote operator standing by.
Next time, I will ask whether an AI with a body should also have rights. Subscribe and leave your question for context below.